Hi everyone, it's K-Red, and welcome to my 2025 Peaceful Patterns Weekly Challenge. By creating a new tile each week, together we can learn something new, but most important, find some peace and calm in the chaos of this world. So this week's peaceful pattern, to be honest, has been a bit of a challenge for me. It hasn't been as peaceful as the title deceives, but it's been so much fun and it's been so good for me to learn. I'm definitely wanting to share it with you all. So basically, you start, well, first let me introduce it. It's called Ribbon Rose. It's by Alice Hendon, who is a CZT. And she starts with her step outs with just a basic little circle and a little egg on it, just a little comma type thing. She does a little bit of a swirl, and then she takes that swirl and randomizes it. This is why it's been a bit of a struggle for me in my analytical mind, who's wanting everything to be the same and everything to be nice and even. Well, this is definitely challenging me. And that is exactly why I picked to do it today. I saw it and I thought, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I want to do it. And then as I have done it, I have ripped up paper after paper because it's not perfect. But neither am I, and neither should it be. And it's just adding little weights as you see fit. It's definitely a work in progress for me. Starting with the little comma, gives me a nice solid. In her step out, she did do a swirl to begin with, and I found that helps me make sure it stays as a circle and not completely abstract. And then from here, we're just going to go abstract with it. I left that kind of out, so I'm going to go ahead and finish it around. And then let's decide where to add some things. And we're just going to add a weight. It can be flat, it can be a circle. Every time I add a weight, I think I'm trying something just a little bit different and seeing how it looks and seeing how it works. I think it would be great fun. And in fact, since I've saw this, I've gone and found some videos of people who just do whole projects this way, filling things in, adding different weights to different areas. And it is, I just think it's fabulous. But it is, for me, a challenge. And that's good. It's good to challenge ourselves. Remember, the only thing we're risking is some pen and paper. A little bit of ink and paper. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to go ahead and do one more, and I'm going to add a little stem to it to make it look a little bit like a rose. So we're going to start with our solid. And I call it a comma. I'm not real sure what they call it, but my little stem to begin with. Then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to switch to my red pen to remind myself in the future to give myself a couple of actual swirls as a base to help me out. And then I'm going to breathe deep, remind myself that it's okay, and go a little crazy. Then let's do our final step here. And on this step out, we'll add our shadings, which will look very odd. I expect to have a red shading on the black circles, but it'll give me my step outs. So in my mind, step one, I'm going to call it a solid circle. It's not really. Then I'm going to do a few circular lines. And then we're going to go 3, which is the abstract. And then 4, which is the weight. Just for fun, I want to do one more because I'm not ready to stop yet. We're going to add our solid. That's step 1. Add a couple of good circles. That's step 2. Add some abstracts. Woo, way out there. That's going to be step 3. And then figuring out how to add some solid to this crazy mayhem of a mess. I'm hoping that this will give you all some ideas and some inspirations. I'm hoping that maybe you'll do like I did and go on and research a little and see what amazing things other people have done. I think on this one I'm going to add even another layer here and another layer here, because this one I'm going to actually turn in to a bit of a flower, because it makes me happy. And we'll do just a few more here so I have my flower shape. And there we go. That was definitely not in the step outs, but that's the joy of Zentangle. We get to make it what we want it to be, right? There we go. So for our peaceful pattern, it's called Ribbon Rose, and it's by Alice Hendon, who is a CZT, and like all of my peaceful patterns, I have found it on tanglepatterns.com. I'm not going to do any shading with pencil. I think all of my shading on this card will be with the pen. Let's go ahead and punch a hole in it. And then we will add it to our ever-growing list. Now remember, as I flip through these on here, some of these you may not have seen yet, so there could be some spoiler alerts. But the way I use these tiles is when I'm making a project, I'll reach over. If I'm stuck and grab them, I'll just leaf through it somewhat randomly and think, oh, okay, maybe we could do something abstract there. And it can just provide some inspiration on either doing that pattern itself or doing a pattern like it. Be safe. Have a great week. I'll see you back next Wednesday when we do another pattern as we continue to learn throughout the year. Be safe. Bye-bye.